Oh, I think good policy is really the heart of the matter, because it's good policy that drives growth, and at the end of the day, it's growth that will really lead to lasting reductions in poverty. I think the best example of how good policy makes a difference is just by comparing what's happened in Africa and what's happened in East Asia. About 40 years ago or so, Korea and Ghana had exactly the same income levels. Today, look at the difference, and at least part of that is surely to do with differences in policy. I think that for GDN to have maximum impact, it starts with the focus on topics of great relevance to developing countries today. Developing countries are in the spotlight of the world as they have never been in the past. They have provided most global growth. They are at the center of the great global debates on climate change and the environment, on trade, on growth, and of course on poverty reduction and official development assistance, on what's now known as global governance issues. So developing countries have really risen to the forefront of the international policy agenda. No one really understands the local context like local researchers. So what GDN does is it brings local researchers, gives them the tools and opportunities to use best practice research techniques, which can be global, but then to apply those in their local context and have a dialogue with local policymakers. It's research that tells you under what conditions policies can be effective and how to fine-tune policies to suit your own conditions. So research is absolutely fundamental to good policy. Without that, one's flying blind, and when one flies blind, you can always have accidents. Policymakers and researchers really talk different languages. Researchers talk about things that have worked on average in different contexts. Research is usually very qualified. Research is by its nature an ongoing investigation. Policymakers ask for direct responses. They want to know, will this work or will it not? They want the answer now, not in 3 years' time when the research has been concluded. And they want a degree of certainty that researchers find very uncomfortable. Researchers, in turn, need to understand that the benefit of what they do is often to be seen in better policy making. So thinking about the type of research, thinking about how to better disseminate it, thinking about how to sharpen their findings and to draw out the policy implications of it are also responsibilities for researchers. GDN has really tried to make policy-based research something that is important in developing countries. It's long been important in developed countries. And here at Brookings, I think we're in an example of how research has been influencing policy for almost 100 years. That kind of tradition just didn't exist in developing countries, and I think GDN is the beginnings of an effort to really upgrade the quality of applied research, research that's applied to better policy making in developing countries. It fills a gap which is enormous. These are hopefully good times for poverty reduction. There are lots more tools, many more players who are thinking about poverty reduction seriously. And so the scope of things to think about and to try to maximize the impact on poverty reduction is getting bigger all the time. I'm Homi Kharas. I'm a senior fellow at the Wolfenson Center for Development at the Brookings Institute in Washington, D.C.